Get ready, Helldivers. It's time for the Liberty. The Entrenched Division Premium Warbond drops next week. We take a closer look at its contents. Rare sample extraction is falling short. Can we win this major order? We pay tribute to our admirals, both long-standing and brand new. The winner of the Hell Art competition has been decided, and a moment of valor that proves enough explosives can solve any problem.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat, Helldivers to Hellpods.
Tally-ho, Helldivers! High Command is proud to announce the upcoming release of the Entrenched Division Premium Warbond. Inspired by the armors and ordnance of Old Earth, this Warbond brings the spirit of early trench warfare straight to the front lines of the Galactic War. One of the standout tools is the G48 Giga Grenade. You may not be able to throw it far, but what it lacks in distance, it more than compensates for in absolutely enormous explosions. Then there's the P69 Veto, a secondary pistol that fires jet-assisted rounds. Think of it as the Jar 5 Dominator's ambitious little cousin. For a primary, the SMG Flam 34 Stoker allows Helldivers to alternate between conventional fire and a built-in flamethrower, making it ideal for clearing trenches and anything foolish enough to stand within them. And for those who prefer their battlefield tactics well done, the B-Flam 80 Cremator backpack-fed flamethrower lets you go fully scorched earth. Other highlights include the CQC-73 entrenchment tool and the AGM-17 gas mortar sentry, alongside two new armor sets, the CPG-48 Sapper Medium and CPH-26 Commandant Light. The Sapper features the Grenadier passive, boosting explosive resistance and throwable capacity, while the Commandant's Hazmat passive grants explosive and gas resistance while reducing sidearm recoil. Rounding things out are the Heritage Olive vehicle patterns, the Diplomatic Handshake emote, two new banners and capes, and the Mud Skipper title. The Entrenched Division Premium Warbond deploys March 17th, so have those super credits at the ready, troops. That's an order. Greetings, Helldivers. Here's your major order update. As it stands, we have made admirable progress, successfully extracting 45 million rare samples from Herthon Secundus while maintaining firm control of Alliot 3. Thanks to these efforts, Super Earth scientists now have more glowing rocks to study than ever before, an achievement that is both scientifically valuable and mildly alarming. Still, progress is progress, and High Command is pleased. Unfortunately, the situation on Zaragoza is far less encouraging. Current projections suggest operations there will fall well below the required threshold, and unless Helldivers dramatically increase the number of rare samples extracted per mission, we may not even reach the 50% mark before the major order expires. That would leave roughly 30 million rare samples sitting uncollected and scientifically mysterious. All Helldivers are therefore ordered to deploy to Zaragoza and extract with as many rare samples as possible. If we fail, the looming subterranean threat will remain poorly understood, and poorly understood enemies tend to win arguments with their tyrannical technology. Deploy immediately, carry out your duties with distinction, and remember, failure will only allow the squids to retain the upper hand, or tentacle.
Helldivers. Over on the GWW this week, Super Reddit user Elegant Swimming 646 brought forward a weapon idea with a very clear identity: the Shotwart. Yes, the shotgun stalwart. The concept is simple. Picture a modified breaker fitted with a massive stalwart-style drum magazine and placed in the support weapon slot. That means you could still bring your usual rifle or SMG as a primary, while this monster rides along as your source of chaos in your support weapon slot. Functionally, it would behave a lot like the stalwart. The reload isn't stationary, so you can keep moving while swapping drums. No standing still, no awkward pause, just keep walking and feeding it shells. It would fire the same rounds as the breaker, so light pen, but the real twist is the firing control. 3 selectable speeds, 300, 550, and a very enthusiastic 800 rounds per minute. And according to Elegant Swimming 646, the goal here isn't to create some wild experimental weapon. We're talking no gimmicks or strange mechanics, just a simple idea. Take the reliability and sustained fire of the stalwart and give it a shotgun's personality, which means if the Shotwart ever makes it to the battlefield, you won't just be firing a shotgun, you'll be unleashing a drum-fed storm of buckshot with enough recoil to make every small burst a small negotiation with your shoulder.
I mean, I really like the idea, but that recoil is going to take arms clean off.
Yeah, especially at 800 rounds per minute. That's less pull the trigger and more hold on and see what happens.
Helldivers, it's time for our very first SES Admiral Spotlight, where we celebrate the stalwart supporters who help keep the engines of Super Earth Salute running at full power. These brave individuals don't just fight on the battlefield, they stand shoulder to shoulder with us behind the scenes, ensuring the mission continues no matter what the galaxy throws our way. First up, a happy 1-year anniversary to the immortal Focal Elite and Efren Espartano. As it stands, you're among the oldest and most dedicated admirals in the fleet, and your continued support has helped carry this operation through thick and thin. We also salute Helldivers Boom Boom Bram, the Reclaimer of Martail, Clifton, Cody Crump, Lachlan Ross, Servi Plays, and Fordo Tallahassee on reaching their 6th-month milestone. Your loyalty and dedication to the cause have not gone unnoticed. And of course, a warm welcome to our newest admirals, Park 2007, Eli Moses, Sega, the Gim Reaper, Shrapnel, Cosmo, and Korkia M1. We expect great things from you, soldiers. Thanks for joining the ride. A huge thank you as well to our Super Cadets and Super Citizens, whose support helps make SES what it is today. If you'd like to join their ranks, sign up for a membership. Admirals get streaming perks, direct comms with us, faction coverage, video shoutouts, sneak peeks, and more. The more you support the mission, the more we can give back. So let's keep fighting the good fight, both on and off the battlefield. And on that highly democratic note, let's see what Helldiver Spizzo has in store for us in today's Galactic Weather Report.
Good day, Helldivers! Welcome back to another Galactic Weather Forecast, where it's less about umbrellas and more, will the planet try to kill me today? First up, Zaragoza. Expect blistering desert conditions with intense heat, pushing temperatures high enough to turn your armor into an oven. Stamina drains faster than a rookie's magazine, and your weapons will heat up quicker than a Hellpod on re-entry. As if that weren't enough, the planet is currently experiencing frequent tremors. Oh, and the squids. They're very keen on making you meet your maker, preferably while you're mid-fall from a tremor. Next, Akir 3. The Rocky Canyon terrain is already a tactical headache and under the same intense heat conditions. Again, expect rapid stamina loss and overheating weapons while the bugs apparently think your face looks especially delicious today. And just like Zaragoza, tremors are rolling through the region, meaning the ground may knock you flat right when a stalker decides it's lunchtime. It's hot, the ground is angry, and everything wants you dead. Standard Helldiver weather, really. So stay hydrated, watch your footing, and try not to drop your stratagem beacon during an earthquake.
So basically, don't stop moving, don't overheat, and don't get eaten?
Yep, if you're standing still, you're already dead.
Perfect. Just another relaxing day in the galaxy. Today's Moments of Valor comes from Helldiver the Glacier Bear, a proud cadet in the official Super Earth Salute Super Discord. In this clip, we witness our hero calmly lobbing C4 charges at a convoy of Vox engines, sending them sailing through the air with impressive accuracy. One by one, the charges land exactly where they need to, directly on some very expensive pieces of cyborg hardware. Unfortunately, one of the Vox engines notices this suspiciously explosive behavior and locks on. Its Gatling guns open fire, stitching the ground around the Glacier Bear and even clipping them with a few rounds. But rather than panic, our hero simply takes a few steps back, pulls out the detonator, and prepares to make a very persuasive argument. With a single press of the trigger, every planted charge detonates in sequence, turning the convoy into a spectacular chain reaction of destruction. The explosions are so violent, the recording itself dips in frame rate for a few seconds. An entirely acceptable casualty of democracy. We here at SES salute Helldiver the Glacier Bear for perfectly recreating the Vox engine destruction method outlined in our recent broadcast, The Anatomy of Tyranny, a guide to cyborg units, which you can check out directly after this video. Troops, join the official Super Earth Salute Super Discord, now nearly 13,300 members strong, and submit your clips in Helldiver Cinema for a chance to appear in a future episode of The Liberty. The more violent, hilarious, or fully liberated, the better.
Helldivers, today we salute both talent and tenacity from the SES Super Discord Hell Art Competition. Taking top honors this round is Kelly the Bid 83, with the winning piece delivering a moment that feels ripped straight from the aftermath of a brutal deployment. The artwork shows a lone Helldiver taking a knee, helmet bowed, one hand gripping their head, while the other grasps the CQC-1 true flag. Torn and riddled with holes, but unmistakably raised. Their weapon rests on the ground beside them, surrounded by spent shell casings that tell the story of a fight pushed to its absolute limits. Behind the diver, a city burns. Buildings lie in ruin, smoke choking the skyline, the kind of battlefield where victory doesn't look clean and survival alone feels like a miracle. But that's what makes this piece so powerful. Even in the middle of devastation, the Helldiver hasn't dropped the flag. The fight may be brutal, the odds overwhelming, but Super Earth's symbol is still in their hand. Congratulations again to Killy the Bid 83 for an incredible winning entry. And a special salute to Lightspeed, our runner-up, whose artwork was equally impressive and a strong contender in this round. Helldivers, keep fighting and keep creating. Drop your artwork in the official SES Super Discord fan art channel, and your art might just be featured in the next episode of The Liberty.
I'm not gonna lie, Interloper, this one hits super hard.
Oh, definitely Vanguard. That's the kind of image that reminds you that Helldivers aren't just about the explosions. Sometimes it's about standing back up after them.
Exactly. And judging by this community's artwork, I'd say morale across Super Earth is still very much intact. We conclude today's broadcast with the Super Earth Art of War. Helldivers are often taught that victory comes from firepower, courage, and the occasional extremely large explosion. And while all of those things are undeniably helpful, the true art of war sometimes lies in something far less glamorous. Picking up shiny rocks off the ground while being aggressively shot at. Rare samples may not look like much, but to Super Earth scientists, they're priceless. Mysterious little treasures pried from the barren surfaces of hostile planets. Of course, the pernicious squids have done everything in their power to scuttle this noble endeavor, but time and again, the Helldivers prove that nothing, not gravity, not common sense, and certainly not incoming plasma, can stop a determined soldier from sprinting through chaos to grab one more sample before extract. So remember this, troops. Courage is charging a fortress, but wisdom is charging a fortress while also stuffing your pockets with rare samples along the way. Even when the odds are stacked high and the air is filled with hostile squadrons of elevated overseers, stay the course. Every sample recovered brings Super Earth one step closer to victory, and one step closer to explaining what those strange glowing rocks actually do. And thus we reach the end of this democratic broadcast. Helldivers, like and subscribe, and sign up for a membership today to support the work of Super Earth Salute. And if you're looking for the best apparel around, head to superearthsalute.store right now and get your merch while it's hot. Spizzo and I will be back at it at 4 p.m. EST, so make sure you don't miss the live stream. Until then, troops, stay forever liberated and never ever surrender. For Super Earth and democracy.